Hello and welcome in. This is Kicks and Giggles. We are presenting an audio book today from Niggas to Gods, Part 1 by Akil. Forward. This is a compilation of individual essays written during the summer, fall of 1992. The essays are designed to inspire thought within the Black mind. These writings are primarily targeted toward the Black youth of this day, of which I am a part of. I am not a master of these teachings, but these teachings I wish to master. They say that my generation is not intelligent enough to read a book. I say that they are wrong. It is just that they are not writing about anything of interest that is relevant to our lives. And when they do write something, they have to write it in the perfect King's English to impress their Harvard professors. Here, we are with a book in one hand and a dictionary in the other, trying to understand what in the hell the authors is intellectually masturbating about. If you have got something to say, just say it. We are not impressed by your 27-letter words or your Shakespearean style of writing. The Black youth of today don't give a damn about your Shakespeare. This ain't no damn poetry contest. We are dealing with the salvation of our entire Black nation. If you want to reach the people, you have to embrace us where we are and then take us where we need to go. So these writings are from my generation and for my generation with respect and love. If no one will teach, love, and guide us, then we will teach, love, and guide ourselves. Peace. Your bro, Dre, Akil. From Niggas to Gods. Introduction. So here we are. Here we are, the mothers and fathers of supreme civilization, living within the most self-destructive, uncivilized state of mind called nigga. Nigga is the state of mind that leads to a state of existence. Nigga is the state of mind and existence in which we now live. So here we are. How did we get here? We have not always lived within this state of mind. We once lived within a state of mind that produced supreme Black excellence and supreme Black genius. Our ancestors called this state of mind and state of existence God. We were all divine gods and goddesses, but children of the Most High. We're all divine, but children of the Most High God, who serves as our master teacher towards the divinity within our own nature. Well, as you know, we are no longer existing on that level of gods and goddesses. We are now existing on a level of niggas. We have been psychologically, biologically, and therefore spiritually reduced from gods to niggas. We have been destroyed and reduced to dust. Look, all of this tragedy is true, but wait. Today is a good day. Today is a new day. This is the beginning of our reconstruction. The days of our deconstruction are over. This is the day that we return from niggas to gods. We have all spent all of our time and energies towards our own self-destruction, but now those same energies will be rechanneled toward our own self-construction. But wait. We want to negate our own course on this path of truth that will lead us out of the lies that have shackled us down for many centuries. Understand that before we get to where we are going, we have to tell some straight, honest, hard truth about where we are right now. These writings will not necessarily say anything new. The truth ain't new. The truth is as ancient as time itself. The truth is as ancient as time itself. These writings will only tell you the truth in a particular arrangement and language that is clearly understandable of these times. These writings are not designed to solve the problems of this world. These writings are primarily designed to inspire the thought process. These writings are designed to inspire thought within those young, precious black minds that will ultimately produce the solutions to the problems of the world. So before we make this move back from niggas to gods, let us tell some of these hard, raw, straightforward, uncompromising, honest to God truth that will qualify us to make this divine ascension. You are still a slave. Are we still confined to the chains of slavery? Many people believe that the enslavement of the black men, women, and children is a thing of the past. The world believes that America, with 3 Ks, has set her black slaves free from bondage and their white slave masters. Even some black people in America with 3 Ks believe that they are actually free from the mastery and control of their white oppressors. In fact, most black people in America with 3 Ks today have been psychologically duped into believing that they are actually operating according to their own will. These misled participants cannot be further from the actual truth. You are indeed, in thought and in fact, still a slave. Now, wait a minute. I know that many of you are saying, I don't know what he talking about. I don't know what he's talking about. Don't nobody tell me what to do. And I go where I want to go whenever I want to go. Well, you are right to a certain extent. You can go wherever you want to go and do whatever you want to do. But consider this. You ain't doing nothing and you ain't going nowhere. The slave masters don't have to have you chained down or whip your black ass anymore because you ain't doing nothing. You ain't going nowhere. You have freedom in the name, but not in definition. You are not a slave in the name, but you are in definition. The definition of the word slave means one who is dominated by someone outside influence and having no personal rights or freedom. Now, you are dominated by somebody outside influence other than your own internal influence. Do you have your own personal rights and your true freedom? Do you really know and understand what freedom actually is? Have you ever truly experienced true freedom? Do you even remember what true freedom was all about? What do you know other than what white people have told you? Nothing. What do you know other than what black folks have told you that they heard from other white folks? Nothing. Yes, the physical slavery is somewhat over, but what about the biological slavery? What about the economical slavery? What about the sociological slavery? What about the spiritual slavery? What about the psychological slavery? The physical chains were just one aspect amidst the many horrors of slavery. The chains are off our hands, but we ain't producing nothing. The chains are off our feet, but we ain't going nowhere. Why? This is because those physical chains were the least of our worries. We still have the biggest chains of all wrapped around our minds, hearts, and souls. Your mind is still locked down, and it is your mind that controls your hands and your feet. That's like having a brand new shiny car, but the engine is locked up. Having a car that can't go nowhere is just like having a car. It's like not having a car at all. What are you doing? Nothing. Where are you going? Nowhere. The white man took the chains off your hands and your feet because we stopped swinging. We stopped kicking. So why not take them damn chains off? We had been in the chains for so long that we have forgotten why the white slave master put them on us in the first place. We have forgotten the original reason and purpose for the physical chains. The chains were to hold you down, but if you ain't trying to get up, then the chains have lived their purpose. Think about it for a while. Start reading for a second. I want you to think. Let us attempt to take this point to make it a bit clearer by using an example. I want you to stay open-minded and stop thinking like the slave that you were made to be. Let us use hypothetical example. Let us use a hypothetical example along with imaginations. The relationship between a dog and its master can be directly parallel to a relationship between the black man and their white slave masters. For the past 4 centuries in America with 3Ks, this is very true. I want you to open your mind and really think about this objectively. Consider this. Suppose that tomorrow, for some reason, you became interested in getting a pet dog for your family or household. Suppose that then you go to the pet store, look around, and you find a dog that you're interested in buying. You then purchase the dog and you bring it back to your home. Now you get to your home, you notice that the dog is a bit active and untamed. So you purchase a collar for your dog and you chain the dog to the tree in the backyard. Since the dog is untamed, you have to begin training the dog to obey your commands. You can eventually train the dog to do anything from catching a frisbee to attacking the enemy of yours at a single command. But before you train your new dog to do all of these things, you must first train your dog to not run away from you and to return to you at your immediate command, right? You have to keep choking the dog with the collar until the dog stops trying to run away from you. You also have to give the dog food and water on a daily routine schedule so that it will become totally dependent upon you. For physical and nutritional survival, the dog will forget how to independently hunt and find food for itself, therefore persuading the dog away from any desire to flee away from you or to do for itself. Also, I must add that anytime the dog does anything to disobey you, you will either whip it or deny it its scheduled meal or food. Also, anytime the dog is extra obedient to your wishes, you will give the dog extra food and pat it on the head. This psychologically training the dog is absolutely necessary to gain control over your animal. Or, nigga, you must break down its free spirit, tame it, and make it totally dependent upon you. This is the only way to win your animals or niggas' obedience permanently. After a while, you will have your dog so obedient and so well trained that you will take the collar off the dog and unchain the dog from the tree. The dog can now roam freely because you have it so well trained that it will run to you at your every command. The dog isn't going anywhere. The dog now loves you. The dog loves you because you freed it. It is happy and satisfied to get dog slop and water every day. Even though you may be in the house eating a full steak dinner every day, the dog believes that it deserves nothing better than dog slop. The dog is so grateful to you because it remembers those days that you denied it food for reasons or its disobedience to you. And the dog has not forgotten how to provide for itself like in the days of its independence. The dog loves you because it remembers when it was chained to that tree in the backyard, and it also remembers that the day that you unchained it from the tree. The dog licks your hand every time it remembers that you set it free, but what the dog has failed to remember is that you were the same no good bastard that chained it to the tree in the first place. Yes, that dog nigga has totally forgotten that you were the one who purchased him from bondage of one man to be under your bondage. The dog has been psychologically tricked by you, so the dog does not recognize you for who you really are. The dog has forgotten that you are the no good bastard that originally locked him up. So you are no better. So you had better not let that dog remember that fact, because as soon as that dog is reminded of that fact, that will be the same day that dog bites you in your ass. That dog will then proceed to bite everybody's ass in the family that has been smiling at it for these years. The dog will then leave your house, never to come back again. Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you really understand what is being said? Think about it. Really think about it. Now, if your dog, nigga, does leave you one day, how will you handle it? How will you react? Will you react violently and chase the dog? Will you mourn? over the fact that the dog has left you. After all, dog is man's best friend. You now know you know what they say. Some of my best friends are blacks. Oops, I mean dogs. Oops, I mean niggas. Let me redo that again. Will you mourn over the fact that your dog has left you? After all, dog is man's best friend. You know what they say? Some of my best friends are blacks. Oops, I mean dogs. Oops, I mean niggas. If your dog leaves you, will you miss the way it used to curl up around your feet and lick your boots clean? Will you miss the way it used to do anything just to get you to pet its head? It just loved your attention. Will you miss the way it used to dance and wag its tail for your entertainment? Will you miss the dog's protection? Will you miss the way it would attack any of your enemies, even if the enemies were other dogs, niggas, that looked just like it? You would not even have to break a sweat. The dog would fight all of your fights for you. Will you miss the loyal service of your well-trained dog? I wonder if you will. I really wonder. I also wonder, will white folks miss us so-called Negroes once we get smart enough to leave them? I wonder, will we ever start to remember how we got here in the first place? I wonder if we will start to remember who put the chains on us in the first place, and will we ever realize why they took them off? They did not take the chains off of us because they felt ashamed of the horrible crimes they committed against us. Don't be a fool to believe that. They took the chains off because us Negroes were so psychologically trained that they were not going anywhere. Anyway, this is the truth. So now we live our entire lives running around his backyard, doing what we have been trained to do and hoping for an extra dog biscuit, a pat on the head, or some leftover scraps from the slave master's table. Yes, this is the absolute truth. This is the truth, and don't try to deny it, because the first loyalty of a dog, nigga, to its master is to protect its master. So stop barking slave because you're barking up the wrong tree. Stop barking and face the truth. You are still nothing but the white man's nigga. I know that the truth hurts, but you must understand that you and I have been psychologically duped. We have been deceived. We have been misled. We have been lied to. You must understand and know this, because knowing is half the battle. The other half of the battle is fighting what you now know is wrong, but how you are going to fight the problem if you don't, how are you going to fight the problem if you don't even know what the problem is? Now let's look at this thing so that we will know what the problem is. Let us try to calm our personal emotions. Let us try to calm our own personal emotions and just think about it objectively. Yes, you are still a slave. A slave is nothing. No, a slave is something or someone who is not in control of his or her own thoughts and actions. Do you understand what that means? This means that a slave has absolutely no control of themselves, and I just said that you are indeed, in thought and in fact, still a slave. This is serious. Your thoughts and your actions make up this basis upon your entire life is built. Your thoughts and actions are the only two things that you can actually call your own. Those are the only two things that are truly yours. Not your money, not your car, not your house, not your clothes, not your furniture, not your television, not your stereo, not your girlfriend, not your boyfriend, not your husband, not your wife, not your child. None of this can be called your own, because you came into the world without it, and you are going to leave the world without it. You really can't claim your own black ass, because you can't even take your own body when you leave this earth. The molecules and atoms that bond together to form and make up your rusty black butt must return back to the soil of this earth where it came from in the first place. Think about it. Now, do you understand what I'm saying when I say that all that you actually have in life are all that you have in life are your thoughts and your actions. Well, black man and black woman, you don't even have that. You are not even in control of your thoughts and your actions. You are just like that dog. Your whole entire life is centered around the way that this slave master has trained you. Yes, it's true. I had no reason to lie to you because I'm right down in hell with you. This is the difference between me and you. Well, the only difference between me and you is that I know that we are in hell and you don't. I know that the real devil who puts us in hell and you don't. I'm running around trying to get the hell out of hell while you're running around begging the devil for a cool glass of water and scratching your head wondering why it's so damn hot in here. You're running all around hot as hell while the devil is just cooling out trying to get a suntan. He don't feel that heat because he is right at home. He is as comfortable as he can be, just laughing at your black ass, just laughing at my black ass. All of your thoughts and my actions are directly or indirectly controlled by the psychological training of the slave master. We're just like the loyal dog. Our thoughts and our actions are not ours anymore. You know that it's true. You don't control yourself because you really don't even know yourself other than what the white man has taught you and that you are. The white man taught us that we were nothing but a bunch of no good niggas, right? Tell the truth. He told us that we were niggas so that any good slave would, we start thinking. He told us that we were niggas so just like any good slaves would. We started thinking like niggas. We started acting like niggas. Yes, we did. Yes, we do. Yes, most of us will still think this way even after reading this truth. The white man told us that we were stupid, ignorant, and inferior to him. So we started thinking that we were stupid, ignorant, and inferior to him. And we started acting like we were stupid, ignorant, and inferior to him. The white man started treating our black women like bitches, hoes, and sluts on his plantation. Soon afterwards, the ignorant and foolish black man started treating the black woman like a bitch, hoe, or a slut too, instead of a queen mother of a civilization that she is. Yes, this is true. But wait, just 1 minute, black woman. Some of you sisters were so weak-minded too that you started to think and act like bitches, hoes, and sluts dancing around, exposing your buttocks like some devil-damn prostitute. And don't get mad or upset because you know that I'm telling the truth. The only sisters that are getting upset are the ones that are the ones with their black asses hanging out for the whole world to see right now. Don't all get upset. Just come back correct. Respect yourself, black woman, and don't let any of your children around the world disrespect you, including we childish black men that haven't yet grown into the fathers of civilization that we were born to be. Now, getting back to the point, you are not in control of your thoughts and actions. Do you continue to do things that you know are wrong and yet keep on doing them anyway? You are just sitting there wondering why you can't stop doing what you are doing wrong. This is because you don't control your own thoughts and actions. You are a victim of a complex system of psychological slavery and technology. The white slave owner is still your master. The crack cocaine is still your master. Alcohol is still your master. The 40-ounce beer is still your master. The pressure is still your master. The television is still your master. The money is still your master. The girlfriend is still your master. The boyfriend is still your master. The sex is still your master's. The conceitedness is still your master. The envy is still your master. The ego is still your master. The jealousy is still your master. The materialism is still your master. The credit card is still your master. The self-hatred is still your master. The appetite is still your master. The emotion is still your master. The racism is still your master. The sexism is still your master. The foolishness is still your master. The ignorance is still your master. The true devil is still your master. Everything and everybody has mastered you, but your own black self, you are still a slave to everything and everybody. But you ain't mastered not a damn thing. At one time, this black man and black woman were mental masters of the universe, but now you are not even masters of your own black asses. So what are you going to do about it? What are you going to hope? What are you going to do? When are you going to hop the fence? You don't even have your own names. You pride yourself in the name of the murderers, rapists, and oppressors of your people. How long are you going to be the white man's nigga? How long are we going to be the white man's nigga? Think about it. For a moment, we take a slight intermission as we go to chapter 2. And we're going to take a slight intermission so I can get my throat and everything right. This is just one take. Hope you guys are enjoying the reading. My apologies for mishaps on certain words and everything like that. I will go back over them. My best. This is live. So I appreciate you guys. Please like, share, and subscribe. If this is your first time, please subscribe. Leave a comment down below if you enjoyed the reading. If you did not enjoy the reading, put some more suggestions for books I should read. We're going to head back into the reading. We're going to get into chapter 2. Are you into that black stuff? What do you mean when you ask me, are you into that black stuff? Am I into that black stuff? Well, of course I'm into black stuff too, fool. As a matter of fact, I'm not into black stuff. I'm into this black stuff. Yes, I'm into this black stuff 24 hours of the day. Of course, I'm into this black stuff. What else is there for this black man to be in but his own black self? Aren't you into that black stuff too? I'm sure that you are. I thought all black people were supposed to be into that black stuff. What else could you be into if you are not into your own black self? The opposite of black stuff is white stuff. I know that you aren't into that white stuff. Now, are you? That wouldn't make any sense. Now, would it? Why would black people want to be into white stuff? That would be silly. So, of course, I'm into that black stuff, and you should be too. You don't have to have any business being into any other stuff but your own black stuff. This black stuff is your stuff, and this black stuff is my stuff. So get out of that other stuff and get into your own stuff. It only makes logical sense, doesn't it? What if you had a cat that was into dog stuff? Would not that seem a bit peculiar? Would that seem a bit peculiar? What if your cat refused to take on the thoughts, actions, and characteristics of a cat? What if that cat just happened to have been kidnapped by some dogs when it was a kitten? What if these kidnapping dogs raised the kitten all of its life the same way that they would have raised their own puppies? What if this kitten grew up brainwashed thinking that it was a dog like the other puppies? The cat knows that it doesn't look like the other dogs, but the cat tries to ignore the fact by saying that all animals are created equal. What if this happened? You know what? I'm not just making all of this up, right? You know, I'm not just making all this up, right? I mean, what if this cat eventually started doing everything just like a dog that kidnapped him? What if the cat started barking at cars and burying bones in the backyard? The cat would look pretty stupid doing that dog stuff, wouldn't he? The cat would look pretty stupid to the other cats as well as to the other dogs themselves. What if the cat went so far as to try to mate with other dogs? Have you seen a cat try to do that? That would look very silly, wouldn't it? This silly brainwashed cat just running around trying to be a dog. What if one day the brainwashed cat had the nerve to walk up to another cat and say, "Are you into that cat stuff?" Wouldn't that be hilarious? This poor brainwashed cat that thinks he is a dog got the nerve enough to question another cat about being into cat stuff. Wouldn't that be ridiculous? That poor brainwashed cat needs to be taught the knowledge of his true self so that he can stop wondering why his dog companions keep dogging him around. He can try to be a dog all day long, but he will never bark just like a dog because he is not actually a dog. The other dogs don't really respect him. They just laugh at him because he is a poor brainwashed cat. The other cats don't respect him because he acts just like a stupid, clumsy dog. They don't want his confused. They don't want this confused animal around them either. This cat is just lost, confused, and frustrated while all the time wondering why. The cat is so deeply brainwashed that he can't see the obvious reasons for all of his problems and his downfalls. He is missing the forest for the trees when the answer to his problems is literally right under his nose. The cat needs to take a long look in the mirror so you don't, and so do you, for asking me that dumb question. Chapter 3. Turn the other cheek. Turn the other cheek. Turn the other cheek. Love your enemies. Love your enemies? We are all children. We are all God's children. Say what? Don't believe the hype, man. This essay is dedicated to you mentally dead, ignorant house niggas, butt-kissing Negroes who are still trying to hold on to that turn the other cheek ideology that has outlived its usefulness. This is necessary because you damn slaves won't let it die. This is a brand new black man and a brand new black woman. This generation will not stand for you and your suicidal ideologies. It is time for our own people to wake up to the grave of our ignorance, and you are trying to pull us back down into the coffin with you. You are dead and your ideas are dead. Well, you can remain dead asleep. While we struggle on with the living, we do not need your enemy-loving self. You are excess luggage. You are expendable. You have no usefulness to us. You are the righteous. Keep on loving, protecting, and defending your historical enemies. You are nothing but a two-faced, lukewarm, hypocritical slave. Turn the other cheek. Love everybody, even your enemies. You don't really believe that ideology, do you? Answer me honestly and directly. And you don't say that you really do believe this so-called peaceful ideology, because if you say that you do, then I would have to call you a liar and extreme hypocrite. You don't really believe in turning the other cheek. You are really a lying hypocrite. You will go downtown to march, picket, and demonstrate to the white man that you are a devil damn fool so that he can tell you no to whatever it is that you are begging him for. And then he will sick his police dogs on you and beat you in the head with his club or his nigga stick. While you're just smiling and turning the other cheek. Every time you turn your black cheek, he kicking your butt cheeks. You are just as psychotic as your enemy. is blood pouring down the side of your head while you just loving your enemies and turning the other cheeks and turning your cheeks. You were just crazy, suicidal, idiotic, and hypocritical. You are a hypocrite because your turn the other cheek ideology really only applies to white folks. You only turn your cheek to white folks, but you don't turn your cheek to black folks. Yes, this is true and factual. These same brain dead Negroes will come to your home downtown, will come home from downtown, all bandaged up, bruised up, and bloodied up, and they will forget all that turn the other cheek. These same Negroes, peace-loving, non-violent Negro, will become violent in their own neighborhood. If that same hypocritical so-called non-violent Negro was walking down the street and I walked up to him and screamed the word nigger and I started beating him with a club, this same non-violent nigger would try to kill me by any means necessary. This is the absolute truth. You are a hypocrite. A white man will spit in your face and you will turn the other cheek. But if a black man just looks at you the wrong way, you are ready to take his life away. You are an enemy-loving, self-hating, two-faced, and confused, hypocritical slave. You know what I mean? You really lost individuals. Start talking about non-violence when it comes to your white masters. You will go and get your Bible out and start pointing to the picture of your blue-eyed Jesus. You start talking about peace and love when you are referring to white folks. You start preaching about how we all got to live together in harmony and love. But at the same time, you raising high hell back in the ghetto. You want to live in harmony and love with white folks, so you really don't believe that. So you really don't believe in that so-called peaceful ideology because you will beat your own wife in the same day. You will beat and abuse your children until they show scars. You will violently attack your black brother over the smallest little conflict or reason. But if the white man came to your house today and kicked your black butt, you will sit there cry like a little cheek-turning, enemy-loving, hypocritical punk. You are all about peace and love when it comes to your enemy, but you are all about violence and hate when it comes to your own family. I can't consider you to be lost anymore because you are a devil-down fool and you deserve everything you have coming to you. You will sit there and watch your own woman and children being attacked by your savage white racist enemies, and you will sit there like a non-violent weak punk. You are just a devil-down fool, and your woman and children will be devil-down fools too. Continue walking with you. After being cowardly betrayed, you need a nigga stick beside your head. You need to be beaten by your enemies. Maybe they can be some common sense to you. And don't you come to me talking about what God said and what your blonde hair, blue-eyed, watered down, punkified white version of Jesus said either. Don't pick up your Bible talking about this non-violent love your enemies and we all God's children, suicidal madness. If you start talking like that and holding the Bible at the same time, then I know you obviously have to read your Bible. You obviously don't know the true God. You obviously don't know the true Jesus. The true Jesus is not the punk that you are trying to make him out to be. Read your Bible. The true Jesus was most definitely not a white man. Read your Bible. Jesus is not black revolutionary Messiah. God has never loved his enemies. Read your Bible. The devils are enemies of God, and God don't love no devils. So why do you love your enemies? Do you love devils? Well, do you? You are so devil down confused by the devil in person that you don't know what in the hell you believe now. Read your Bible again. Why are you nonviolent towards your enemies? God is never nonviolent towards his enemies. God has killed entire civilizations full of his enemies. God has killed entire nations full of his enemies. Read your Bible. God is never nonviolent toward his enemies, so why are you? God doesn't turn his other cheek, so why should you? God doesn't love everybody because God don't love devils. Why are not all God's children? We are not all God's children. Because devils are not in the family of God. The devils are rebellious orphans and nobody wants them but your silly slave self. So you go ahead and take care of your little wicked friends and we will watch them take care of you. You are just an ignorant fool. Even the beasts of the field have more common sense than you. Self-preservation is rule number one. The animals in nature are more intelligent than you. Any animal in nature will fight to save its own life, no matter how small the hunted animal is, no matter how large the hunted animal is. The hunted animal will fight for its life. This is rule of nature or a rule of God. You can back any animal into a corner and you will attack, and it will attack you to save its own life. Self-preservation, self-defense. You can take the peaceful being of a small squirrel. You can take the peaceful being of a small squirrel and force it into a corner, and you will find them big buck teeth can bite more than just acorns. The squirrel is much more intelligent than you are with your crazy self. The laws of God and nature are right before you every day. The squirrel ain't gonna try to love you or try to turn the other cheek. The intelligent squirrel is gonna try to bite the hell out of you or to get out the corner alive. And if it is you that the intelligent squirrel has come up against, he will probably bite you, then turn around and kick your ass just for the hell of it because he heard that you were one of them non-violent, cheek-turning fools. You are just in bad shape. You get no respect. God don't respect you. I don't respect you. The squirrel don't respect you. The white man don't respect you. Most of all, you don't respect yourself. You were just a well-trained house pet or a well-trained house slave. It is very rare that a dog will bark at its master, but a dog will bark at another dog all day long. This is where we will come to a closure, and I will make a part 2 of the book, proceeding to the next chapter, which will be chapter 4. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Please leave a like, comment, share, and subscribe if you are new here. I appreciate you. This has been From Niggas to Gods, Part 1 by Akil, read by Kicks and Giggles. This is an audio presentation presented by Kicks and Giggles. We have went over chapters 1 through 3 right now, and we will go into chapter 4 in part 2. Take care.